In this lesson, what we're going to look at is some of the more advanced text box options, such as linking text boxes and turning shapes into text boxes. And we're also going to look at the layers panel. And we'll see why we need them and how to use layers. I have this design set up, and I've created a text box here, a text box here, and a third text box here. And we can link these together. If you look at the top box, there's one in the top left of every text box. There's another one in the bottom right. And this one has an arrow pointing to the right of it. This means that there's text linked somewhere else. It's going outside. This one is empty, so it means nothing is feeding into it. Usually when you create a text box, if nothing is linked to it, they're both blank. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this with text. And I can see that all three of these are linked together. So back in this example, I can create text box 1, text box 2, and let's just say I fill this with text. It doesn't go to the next text box automatically. I have to manually tell it to. You can also see that there's a red plus sign, which means that there's overflow text. All I need to do is click on that, go to my other text box, and select that. And there's a lot of text here, so you can continue to do this as many times as you need to. You can send link text boxes to different pages. They don't have to be on the same page. The other thing that we can do with text boxes is turn shapes into text. So I would select this shape, take my text cursor, and I can put it inside of the shape, and look where it starts blinking. Now I can fill that with text. By default, there's no text wrap on shapes. So in our options panel, we can adjust that. We can turn anything. We can turn text boxes, shapes, photographs, and apply text wrap options to them. Let's look at the layers panel. By default, you'll have one layer, and it's called layer 1. To rename a layer, we just double click on it, and type in how we want it. You have a few other options here. Layers are useful because you can lock a layer. So now if I don't want this background to move, if I don't want to accidentally click on it, it's locked. I cannot select it. Or in this case, I might want to lock the text. That way I can just grab my shapes. You can also turn layers on and off. Sometimes it's a little easier to hide the text while you're doing your designing. We can create a new layer. In the bottom right, we have a button, create new layer. And we can move this layer around if you just click and drag. If we want to switch an object from one layer to the other, say we want to just put this shape into the new layer, we come over here, there's a box that identifies which layer it's in. You click on it and drag it to the layer that you want it to be in. And that's all. That's how we work with layers and some of our advanced text options.